How's it going, everyone? You ever sent it too hard when you went to open your door? We don't need that where we're going. All corny jokes aside, that's what this video is about today, is to replace a broken door handle on your GMT800 truck or SUV. So with that said, I'm gonna jump into it. That was an aftermarket handle I bought. This is a good used one off a junkyard donor vehicle. It is a real GM part, so should hold up a little better than that one did. And we're gonna jump into it though. 3 10mm nuts on these studs. This just clips on the rods and the doors here, and then we've got to remove this clip so I can swap out the lock cylinders. Let me grab my tools, get this door open from the other side, and we'll get right into things. Alright, so I've got my tools gathered. A couple of picks for various electrical connections and things in here. Got a 3/8 and 1/4 inch drive ratchet, which probably gonna do a review on these soon. They're actually pretty nice. Craftsman. They're 180 tooth. They're like butter. And of course I've got a couple of short and long set 10mm. Got a 7mm, some extensions. I put extensions on them even though they may not need them, because it's easier to keep track of the sockets. That's just one of the things I do. So I'm going to get in here and start taking this apart real quick so I can put it right back together. First things first though, I want to pull apart that clip and get the lock out of it to show how that's done, so I don't have to later on. So just right here on the back, you've got one of these, kind of a tension clip of sort that retains the lock into the housing of this. Right here there is a tab that locks it in here in the back. If that'll focus and show you, you get under it like so, and you take your other one and kind of push. This is a little rusty crusty, got some corrosion on it, so, and I just stabbed myself in the thumb. No workbench here, doing this in the driveway, kind of impromptu. You just gotta kind of be patient and work the thing, and it will start to come off like so. And it gets to the point where you can grab it. Whereas a lot of build up on this one's not letting it come off so easy. There, and there you have it. Very simple little deal. Save that for later. Then this comes off here. Now there is a secondary way that this locks in. I don't know if the camera will focus on it, but right down in here there's like a wire clip. That's what retains it in, but without removing that it won't push through the hole, obviously. Get your pick in there like so, or a screwdriver works. You don't have to have a pick. It just was my weapon of choice this morning. Nothing to it. And then it removes from the back side. I'm trying to push it out the front like a dummy. So that's the old one from whatever vehicle I pulled this from. Don't need it. That's ready to go on the truck now. Drew first blood. Alright, I'm gonna set this down. We'll get this on the stick to hold it. And get in here and start pulling the door panel off so I can access it and show you how to remove this. All right, so first things first with taking this apart. Obviously this is going to be a little different if you have a truck with crank windows, so that I can't help you with right now, but as a tool to pop the crank off, but everything else applies. It's just this won't be here and there'll be a window crank. So first order of business, we're going to get this off. Some people use some of them non-marking tools. You can see I got my fingers under it really easy, and that's off and out of your way. There is, if you can see right up here, 7mm bolt. It's going to be removed, and there's one right here that's going to come out as well, which that one feels loose. Yeah, so I'm not even going to need the ratchet for that one. That's odd. Okay then, that might have been one of the easiest parts of the job. Yeah, I should, you know what, I'm gonna go get a longer extension so I can get this one. I should have known better. All right, with that note, I will be right back. All right, so I got an additional extension, helping me get in here easier, and not have the head of the ratchet itself interfere. We're just down in there, getting that out. As I do this, I think, you know, I got cordless Milwaukee tools, but that's okay. We'll do it the old school way before I had those conveniences. We're almost out. I almost wonder if I got the screws mixed up when I put this door panel back on years ago from when I changed the power window motor. That one probably goes in the bottom, and the shorter one probably goes in there. We'll correct that. So this one, same thing. Get your fingers under it and pull. Then it's out of your way. Revealing yet another bolt that holds this whole assembly on. That's pretty much it's to the clips now. Now we've got to get this unplugged so it's not hemmed up and on our way. This pulls out. This is where that hook comes in handy, though I've gotten them off with my fingers before, but as you can see, that little hook, I got in there nice. That's out of our way. Then of course we have this panel. It's another one. Get your fingers under it. Just clip that there. Another one up here. Pull, slides out. That's out of your way. Now it's just the wiring. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it one-handed. Should be able to. I believe, yeah. This one you just squeeze and pull, maybe. Yeah, you do. You can see there's some where you squeeze them here. I'm going to set the camera down so I can do this easier. So clearly that is unplugged, out of the way. Got our 3 plugs. Tuck them in. I grab a hold of the door like this. Just lift up, and you're here. Now there is this little courtesy light here that you twist and unplugs. set that off to the side. We can now look at getting this door handle off, which I can't quite remember. I may have to roll the window down, if I recall. Let me come back to this because I can't quite remember when I did these last time. It's been close to 8 years. Alright, so I had to roll the window down and look around, jog my memory. Got my ratcheting wrench. There's one kind of up and behind here that you're going to have to do by feel. The other two, one straight in here, and then you pull this rubber plug out and there's one straight in there. Let me do that and we'll come back. So as you can see, we got it loose. I'd mentioned this earlier where it goes on the rod. This one's still on the handle. See it down in there maybe if the camera will focus. But you pop that one off from inside the door. This one, once you've got those 3 nuts released, you want to come in here, right here. It's that other clip. You gotta hold the rod, support it like so, kind of push. It can be a real bugger like this one's being. There you go. Just be gentle enough that you don't break the thing, because it is only plastic. And once it's free, you have to convince the this rod in here to slide out. There you go, like so. Then you've got the whole assembly in your hand. Yeah, this says GM on it and all, but this is clearly an aftermarket piece. And then we'll do the reverse of getting this off and orientated right and put on the other handle with the right lock cylinder that corresponds to this truck. And that'll go in the recycle bucket. But these are the 3 fasteners that are here, here, and here. This is that plug I said that come out of the, like so. The other one was straight in here. The other one's kind of down up in here. You stick your hand up in here with regular wrench, preferably a ratcheting wrench like I had, and just kind of get it by feel and get it out of there. All right. Let me get the lock changed. You've already seen how I took one apart. You don't need to see that process again. And then we'll go into the whole reinstallation. Stay tuned for that. Okay. All back together. Lock changed out. We're good to go. We can go ahead and reinstall this. Same process, just in reverse. I'm going to slide it in there and get that rod wrapped around that, and then seat this so that I can install those 3 fasteners on this rod, and then it's a matter of putting the door panel back on. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm just going to, as I complete a step, show you. As I complete a step, show you. If you get any questions, drop them below in the comments and I will try to address them individually like I usually do. All right, sit tight. The new handles back on, fully functioning. Tighten all my bolts. You just snug them. You don't have to kill them. It's only a stud set in plastic. This plug, do this one-handed, gets reinstalled, and then you start to go through the process of putting that back on, which is a matter of you know, those 3 7mm bolts I showed in various locations, and you're gonna get your light back plugged in. The lock, show it's unlocked or locked indicator, I guess you would call that, I don't know. Your trim pieces, once the panel snap back into place, your trim panel with your switches, and it's a done deal. I am going to make sure right now, though, before I go putting it all back together, that yep, everything's working properly. So, yep, we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble that and we'll wrap it up. And that's pretty much a wrap. We're all back together. Just a quick look at some of the tools I used. And something I wanted to note. So this is the aftermarket one. This feels like cheaper plastic. This feels thicker, the factory one. And I noticed it's got these little reinforcements around where all the studs are. And these two tabs. Whereas this one, as you can see, does not. Something that does look a little better on the aftermarket one. This has a metal with a clip here, a little spindle to hold this lever that the door handle pulls on. This one's got a kind of a rubbery plastic, I don't know, like fender clip, inner fender clip. So definitely gonna rob that hardware off and put it somewhere safe where I won't be able to find it, more than likely. But I'll have it at least. So this has actually got a better design here than this one, though, it looks like, as far as where the handle pivots on. So with all that said, hopefully this helped you or will help you in the future. This is the one for the passenger side. I grabbed both of them when I got those out of the self-serve junkyard a while back. I'll eventually go and do that one just as a precaution after having this one break. This one probably broke because I'm in and out of the driver's door way more than I ever am in the passenger side. So, but I have it for the future when that time comes. As always, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and check my playlists out. There may be something to help you or entertain you on them, and helps the channel.